Hey guys, Mr. V here, and before today's game, I gotta give a quick shout out to a new mod that just came out for AOE3 DE called the Better English Voiceover mod by the IronKaiser, a good friend of mine. And what this mod does is it takes the two English-speaking civs, the Brits and the United States, and it revamps over 50 of the units using over 20 different voice actors. Yours truly, having the privilege to be one of them, and it makes the voices so much better, mainly because the Brits spoke this weird kind of pseudo-English that didn't really make sense for the colonial / Napoleonic period that this game is set in, and the United States, they were just bad, quite frankly. So I hope you guys give the mod a download, go into the mod browser, search up Better English Voiceover mod, and go support the IronKaiser at the same time. And hey, if you use a lot of British Musketeers or United States Cowboys from the saloon, you might just hear someone familiar. But go check it out, guys. All right, on to the show. Salutations, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. V back with another casted game of Age of Empires 3. I am back from my trip, and I am so excited to be casting more games. I feel like I've finally kind of found my footing with my upload schedule. I'm trying to get out 2 casted games a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and hopefully we can keep that going as long as possible. And of course, I hope you guys are enjoying it. But you find me in the middle of a treasure pickup, a whole 70 wood being picked up by our brave explorer. So that leads us into our player introductions in the west half of the map, playing in the color blue. As the Haudenosaunee, we have a player that I do not know the username of, because I don't know how to read whatever language that is. So we are going to call him Bluey. So Bluey's in the west half of the map, playing in the color blue as the Haudenosaunee, as I previously said, and did pick up the 70 wood treasure. And Haudenosaunee, as we discovered a few games ago, still a very strong civ, maybe not the strongest as they once were, but still very, very powerful. And in the eastern half of the map, playing in the color red as India, we have Snub Kebab. Oh, we're just winning with these usernames today. And he is picking up what looks to be a 55 wood treasure. Pretty easy with the 2 elephants to take out those small monkey guardians. But we do see him maybe doing some scouting with his rickshaw. Oh, no, wait, sorry, that's Snub. No, okay, so Bluey's not scouting with his rickshaw. Meanwhile, it looks like Kebab is. Hey, pro tip if you are a newer player and you're just starting out, when you get maps with these rickshaws, don't build them, scout with them. Most civilizations are never going to use these rickshaws, so you might as well get some line of sight with them, and they're actually pretty good scouts. They're a little bit slow, but most of your opponents will tend to just ignore them, so you don't have to worry about getting snared and losing it, because if you lose it, it's not that big of a deal. So, pro tip, scout with this rickshaw, and yeah, there's my little free advice for the day, but pretty standard stuff for both players. Snub getting the distributism card going right away, and from Bluey, has not picked his deck yet. Okay, so Bluey has not sent his first shipment, already about halfway to his next shipment. So I don't know what's going on here with our Haudenosaunee friend. He is going for the fast age up. Look at that thing tick by, ladies and gentlemen. And gonna be getting that age 2 arrival very, very quickly. Meanwhile, the Carnimata going down for Kebab. He has a lot of villagers on it. I think you can have 8 villagers on a wonder. He has 4, so a decent amount, but still not going to be up nearly as quickly as our boy Bluey. And the Travois, I can't get over that name. The Travois is coming out, and now that Bluey has aged, he's immediately getting down a trading post here. Probably going to put down, oh, a war hut in the middle of the map. Interesting. Sending 600 wood as his first card. Did not send 3 villagers. I have no idea what he was thinking not doing that. Not sending 3 villagers? That's blasphemy. But you know what? Maybe he'll make it work out. This is a decently high level game. I don't think it's like top 100 or anything like that, but certainly higher level than me. So who am I to question our boy Bluey? Picking up 40 wood as well, so he's gonna have a lot of wood on the floor. 600 plus the treasure pickup. Now sending 5 villagers. Why send 3 when you can send 5? And going with a native post in the upper right-hand corner of the map, it is the Udasi. And this is also the Udasi. What's in here? Okay, let's see. Some upgrades. Ooh, Chakram Throwers. I don't think I've ever seen that unit in a game before. I'm pretty sure I haven't. Meanwhile, India doing very standard India stuff. Looks like he's sending Foreign Login as his first card in the second age. Pretty standard deck. Looks a little bit oriented towards... Is he going for camel elephant play? I don't know. It looks very, very standard. But getting villagers up, getting Rash puts out. Very, very strong unit, though not as strong as they used to be, so I've heard. But another native post going down. It looks like we have a villager. No, okay. I thought we were picking up a villager here, but it looks like he's just picking up another treasure, 75 coin. And those elephants really do excel at picking up those treasures. But we now see 2 trading posts and 2 native posts from Bluey. I'm just so flabbergasted by what he's doing. No 3 villagers, a bunch of native posts, sending for Kanya, which is sort of the more usual first card in the second age if you want to be aggressive, and he does have the forward war hut, so I'm guessing some sort of aggression. But the Rajputs are on the map, but the game is moving fast. I'm barely keeping up, but I'm doing my best for you. And the Rajputs are going to actually chase this villager off the hunt. Are they going to see her? No, they are not. So a nice close call there for Bluey. Gonna go right for this trading post, and it does have the trade cart upgrade. So gonna be getting lots of great resources and possibly going to be stealing this third one. But he is going to be doing some raiding with the Kanya while the Rajputs are taking out his trading post. He's not going to fall for that distraction. It wouldn't be a good fight for him anyways. Could catch a couple of Gurkha here in the open, but it looks like he's going to go for the villager. Is he going to pick one up for Kanya? A super good shipment. 1 villager. Is he going to bag 2? No, he is not going to bag a second villager, but did pick up 1 for his trouble. Maybe gonna pick up the second one on these herders. Oh no, he is not. And out come the sentries and the Gurkha coming back to town. And actually pretty smart move by Kebab there, moving his Gurkha out of the way and not just instinctively fighting with them because they would have instantly died. But meanwhile, Bluey sending the various resources, 300 food, 300 wood, and 200 coin going to be arriving for him very quickly. And it looks like those Rajputs got cleaned up. Where did they go? And who cleaned them up? Oh, the Tomahawks. So he did get some Tomahawks out to clean up those Rajputs. And actually going to protect his trading post here and get it repaired. Well, actually, no, but the Rajputs didn't really do that much damage. But look at this. Ladies and gentlemen, the Chakram Throwers are in queue. And we are hyped. What are these guys? So... they're basically fire throwers from Malta, but a native unit. They're 100 food and 50 wood. So these guys are not cheap, but they cause area damage, good against infantry and buildings. So basically fire throwers. But whether they are as good or not as good, we will have to see. But he's going to have an interesting composition here. He's going to have a wall of Kanya, one of them pretty well damaged. He's going to have some Ayana, he's going to have some Tomahawks, and then he's going to have this sort of weird hybrid siege infantry attacking unit in the fire throwers. And let's see what Kebab is making in response. He doesn't actually have a lot out right now. He's got a few Gurkha, he's got his 2 elephants, which will tank a lot of damage. They are so good at doing that. And here is the rickshaw going down. But just think about how much scouting that rickshaw did. Yeah, he could have built it back in his base, but he got 8 minutes, nearly, of free scouting from that rickshaw, making sepoy. And it looks like with the Ottoman consulate going with the... hold on. You can get ASAPs from the Ottoman consulate? What? I mean, not that that's that big a deal. I'm acting like they're Sipahi here, but I just didn't know that you could get ASAPs. So, learning more every day. But it looks like we are going to see our first big fight here. We have Tomahawks, we have Chakram Throwers, we have ASAPs, neither of which belong to the Civ that is playing them. But hey, here we go. Oh. Wow, those guys actually tank quite a bit of damage. Look at that. Took a full volley from these H2 Gurkha and is not even down to half health. Okay. 182 hit points. They have 19 ranged attack. What resistances do they have? Oh, wow, they got a 50% range resist. That is actually kind of crazy. 50% ranged. So these Gurkhas are going to have a really hard time dealing with these chakram throwers. And those Sepoy might do a little bit better. But again, all of these ranged units, chakram throwers might actually do somewhat well, but they are pretty expensive. He's now got 10 of them on the field, and it looks like the Haudenosaunee army wants to engage, going right under the Indian town center. That's a little bit dangerous. We could see something pop out. He's got Soars, he's got more Gurkha on the way, but the Haudenosaunee player wants this engagement. He's taking this engagement, and those chakram throwers, look at the area damage on the Sepoy, and they are actually going to work. And this front of Kanya, look at how much damage these 3 and 4 Kanya have soaked up. The Rumeliets are coming out. The age, I think, are these age 4 Cav for India? Very strong Cav. Along with some Soars. Oh, nice pinch there coming out from the back. Caravanesi, along with the Rumeliots and 4 more Soars arriving from the shipment. And it looks like Kebab is going to be able to clean this up very, very well. But I am still impressed by just how good those chakram throwers are. And meanwhile, these Hyena, they are going to split town. They now have no anti-cav to protect them from this ball of Indian cavalry, which has just arrived. But wow, what a hold there. And now the 4 Soars coming out. I would not be surprised to see Kebab push this. I think he needs to push. He cannot allow Haudenosaunee to get away with this much map control. He's got 2 native posts. He's got 2 trading posts. You got to push the advantage and get out of your shell before Haudenosaunee is able to remass, because we know Haudenosaunee, they can remass better than a lot of other civs in the game. So I think this is Kebab's game to lose at this point. He's got to push. He's got to make something happen. But again, Haudenosaunee, such powerful units. Those Hyena, those Tomahawks, and they're relatively cost-effective for the price. Sending more Tomahawks, making more Tomahawks, and making more chakram throwers. Let's go, baby. We love to see it. You can build 24 of those things. I want to see him max it out. But we'll have to see. Azops are still on the field for India. I'm still surprised by that. We do have Sepoys. We do have Soars. More Sepoys coming out. So, again, it's just the cost of these Indian units makes remassing quite hard for India. But we do have 27 Vils for Kebab and 32 for Bluey. So I guess not sending those 3 villagers did not matter, unless he did. No, he still hasn't sent them. He's like, whatever. I don't need your 3 villagers. The most important card in the game? Nah, no thank you, sir. But look at how many Tomahawks are coming out. It's now Azaps, I don't know how to say it, versus Tomahawks and Sepoy, and there's some fire throwers, and just look how quickly that mask got back. No, don't lose your elephant. Oh man, you really don't want to be losing those needlessly. They can tank up so much damage in a fight, but when, you know, all by themselves, they just get obliterated. But more Soars coming out. I think he knows he's going to need a big, massive cav. And if he can chew through the front line of Tomahawks, he can get to that sweet, sweet cookie jar that is the Hyena and the fire throwers. But so many Tomahawks coming out for Bluey. And I am impressed with the fact that he's been managing to keep a really, really strong economy behind this. Let's see if he's got a market. No market. He's got the 2 trading posts, though, which are now delivering resources. And what has he sent? He sent a bunch of unit shipments. He sent crates and not much else, but new shipment just coming in. Meanwhile, it looks like the fight in the center of the map, we almost missed it, but not this time, ladies and gentlemen. Some Gurkha have been mixed in. They will have to do very well against the Tomahawks, but look at the Hyena and the Chakram throwers, the amount of DPS. It is just insane, and the Soar, which are not great cav to begin with, cannot break through the heavy infantry wall. The Sepoy and the Gurkha are forced to run away, but look at these little chakram throwers. They're just throwing from the back and saying, yo, where are you going, buddy? I got unfinished business. We ain't done yet. Oh, the Soar's gonna try to get a nice flank here, but there's so many Tomahawks. More reinforcing chakram. We are here for it. It looks like he's going straight for him. Nope, veers off. Okay. What a Tokyo drift that was. I've never seen a Tokyo drift with a camel, but now even more Kanya horsemen coming out. And this is starting to look very lopsided for India. A sloppy fight there by the war hut. And is he going to try to go age 3? No way. No way. Is Bluey going to see that? The minute Bluey sees this, he pushes, right? Yeah, he sees the foundation. He's going in. He's like, no way. No way I'm letting you age up. and so few units left here for Kebab, and those fire throwers. I am so impressed. I still don't know if they're as good as the regular Malta fire throwers, which are really good. I think they get slept on a little bit too much, but he's got so many villagers. He wants to get up to age 3 so bad. Meanwhile, looks like, oh my god. Oh man, Bluey's even sent native warrior combat, so those chakrams would have been even stronger. In fact, they were stronger because it arrived. Let's take a look at one of these bad boys. 227 HP. That is absolutely ridiculous. 22 ranged attack. Oh man, I am here for it. And that is the game. What a build by Bluey. My guy, I'm so sorry I don't know your name because that was kind of impressive. Not the highest level game, okay? I'm just gonna say that up front, but wow, was this build fun. So, okay, let's review. He went with no 3 villagers, sent 600 wood, 5 vil, then shipped a couple of units, Kanya, Aena, Tomahawks, sent his multiple resources, was making chakram, making his disgusting Haudenosaunee composition that we all know and love to hate. And then he started mixing in chakram throwers, and then he buffed them. And against the infantry ball of India, it actually proved to be really effective against H2 Gurkha and Sepoy that, far as I'm aware, did not have any upgrades. No, these were all unupgraded infantry. And I don't know, maybe if he had shipped something like Tiger Claws or invested in units, I think that decision to go to age 3, it was desperate. And I think if he had gotten up safely, it would have looked really good. But I think he just kind of played his hand too early. He pushed when he was trying to age, and he just led Bluey's army right into his base. But let's look at it in it. Oh, I can't talk. Just go to the post game. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are in the post game. I've regained control of my composure and my tongue. And let's take a look at these stats. So we see a slight advantage for Kebab. Might have come from that lack of 3 early vills for Bluey, but very, very small difference. Where we see a much more substantial advantage is in the military count, especially this unit's lost. 56 for Bluey lost, and 83 for Kebab. And those are Indian units. They are not cheap. Sepoy, Gurkha, Sowers. You can't lose those units in such a large quantity. And that trade with Haudenosaunee, no matter what civ you are, unless you're like Russia, you're gonna lose. So that was really, really rough for our boy Kebab. And I think it just came down to that mix of native units, right? You know, native units are this weird thing where not a lot of people use them because they're not super standard and they're not the strongest in the meta. But when you catch people off guard with these units that they're not used to, it can really throw them for a loop. So, you know, I think when Kebab was fighting the standard Haudenosaunee arsenal, he was doing pretty well. And he got that really good catch under his town center. And it looked like he wanted to age on top of that, but just the continuation of the really strong Haudenosaunee military and just that little bit of flavor, right, that he wasn't used to made him go, oh, what is that? Oh, chakram throwers. Just lost him the game. But we can look at a couple more stats here. Villagers, really, really big advantage here when Bluey sent those 5 vills, and then he never really looked back. We don't see a super consistent vil graph here for Snub. I mean, he was under pressure a lot, but still, quite a few gaps here. And when we go to the military unit count, yeah, I mean, I will say, for being outnumbered in that first fight, I think Kebab fought really well. So if he watches this, hey, respect for your hold there with those cav. But then, I mean, just the remass from Haudenosaunee and a little bit of chakram flavor, just wasn't able to hold out. But still, really great game. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm so glad to be back. But until the next game, guys, have a great day. Have a great life. See you later.